Hi, it's Liz from West Star Tarot. Welcome. So today I am going to be doing a VR to Marlena. Her channel name, I believe, is Marlena Therese. And she recently did a video, 5 Things I'm Loving. And what she kind of said to introduce the video was, sometimes she said I just get overwhelmed by the end of the month to do my favorites, or I think she calls it month gone by. And she said it's just like there's so much and I'm not sure what to focus on and so forth and so on. And I thought, spot on. I totally get what you're saying there. So she said she thought she said she might still do her monthly favorites, but she thought rather than wait till the end of the month, she might just on occasion post 5 things I'm loving. And I really loved that idea. So often as the month is going by, I'm thinking to myself, oh, this is one of my favorites. I'm going to make sure that I talk about this in my, in my end of the month video. And then I get to the end of the month and it's like, oh, I'm not organized, I guess. But anyway, I really like this 5 things I'm loving. And so I thought I would do that today. So the first thing I'm loving is this. It's an intention candle. And, I bought this from a friend of my daughter's and a friend of mine. She owns a shop that's kind of far away from me, but I went there with my daughter. It's beautiful. She's an herbalist, so it's an herbal shop. She sells tarot cards, magic supplies. She uses the space for workshops and rituals, and it is stunningly gorgeous when you walk in and has this beautiful vibe. Anyway, I wanted to support her and I thought I'm going to buy this. So it's an intention candle. And what you do is it says 30 days, 30 minutes. Setting a daily intention can be a powerful way to focus your energy and mindset. Here is a simple guide. Reflect. Take a moment to reflect on what you want to attract or how you want to feel today. Focus. Decide on a single word or beware or something, phrase that, it's a little tiny print. Phrase that encapsulates your intention for the day. Kindness could be the phrase you want, for example. And then visualize, and then you light your candle, and it comes with bay leaves. You take a bay leaf and you write on the bay leaf your intention, the word or phrase that encapsulates your intention, and then you burn it in the candle. And I've been using my cauldron. And then you let the candle burn for 30 minutes. And it's supposed to last for 30 days. Well, I don't know. I think this is going to last for maybe 5 months. I don't know. But anyway, I have been really, really enjoying this practice. And, you can go buy a 7-day candle yourself and bay leaves. And, you don't have to buy a pre-made kit. Like I said, I bought it to support my friend and her business, and it has a little bit of a scent that's lovely. So anyway, I'm really enjoying it, and I sit at my altar. To be honest, I don't get to it every single morning, but I am doing it regularly, and I do it kind of in conjunction or connection with my daily draws. So I have another candle that I light to create sacred space. And I'll do either my tarot daily draw and then the intention candle, or the intention and then my daily draw, something like that. Anyway, it's really filling me up spiritually. It's making me happy. I'm finding deep meaning in this practice. I'm evolving and growing and learning. Some days it's just like a really happy, uplifting intention. Other days it's a more serious, soul-searching intention. But it's really been wonderful. And I'm really, really enjoying that. I'm going to put in the description box below where you can get the intention kit. Crow's Nest in Hudson, Mass. And Kinsey Rosine is the owner of that shop. So that is something I'm really enjoying. I just did a mid-year check-in. Alice from Starlight and Sage is her Instagram. She posted a mid-year check-in tarot spread. And I thought, oh, I really need to do this. I want to do it. So you put out 8 cards. She had 8 prompts, and you pulled one card for each prompt. And then at the bottom, you pulled a card for the remaining 6 months of the year. So July, August, September, October, November, December. So for the prompts, for the tarot prompts, I used Witch's Wisdom. And it was quite powerful. And then I decided for the months, the 6 months, I was going to use this, the Sacred Medicine Oracle by Asha Frost, artwork by Steph Littlebird. And, if you've watched any videos of mine, you know how much I am in love with this deck and how powerful I'm finding using it. And so I thought, usually when I do these these year ahead or, several months ahead, I never use oracle cards for the months. I always use tarot cards. But I thought, well, I'm using 8 tarot cards. I'll just use this oracle. Well, whoa. So these are my cards. So this is July, Seed Planter Intention. And August is Shawl Dancer Wild. And September is Anishinaabe, the Good Being, Worth. October is Wolf, Protector. November is Cedar, Extraction. And December is Mosaic, Pieces. So when I, laid the cards out and looked at them, I thought, okay, yeah, all right, great. And then I read the guidebook, and I just was blown away because they not only interrelated with each other, but they really interrelated with the intentions I had set at the beginning of 2024 and things that have been coming up for me throughout this year. And so I took them as affirmations of the work that I'm doing, personal work, social activism work, spiritual work I'm bringing to the community. I started a women's circle. These all interrelated with each other and meshed together and really made me feel like, you know what, you're on the right track. So I will be putting, this card is on my altar for July, and I'll move on, and each month I'll put the card for the month on my altar. So check that out. Check out Alice's Instagram if you feel interested in doing that spread. It is, she is Starlight and Sage, Alice. She's from England, and she posts lots of lovely spreads and so forth. All right, next up is a book. So I just got this, so I'm not too far into it, but I'm loving it. And it's Tarot Every Which Way by Lilith Dorsey. I really love her work, her books. I find them really interesting and accessible. So this has got way more focus on the majors than the minors. The minors just have, let's see, like little paragraphs about each one. But each of the majors, so I just flipped open to the Hermit. Lilith talks about the meaning. She'll talk about the card, the number, its astrological association, and so forth and so on. And then she'll talk about what she sees as the meaning. And then she'll go into correspondences. So she has, for each major, she has a crystal correspondence, an herbal correspondence. She'll have an animal, astrological, as I mentioned, a musical note. And then she has magical and culinary recipes. So for the Hermit, we've got magical One Love oil. So she gives the ingredients to make that oil. And then for the culinary, she has hermit bars. How perfect. And she has a recipe for that. And then she also has sage stuffing. So hermit bar and sage stuffing. So it's clever. And then each major has a journey. So she writes out a journey that you can go on. And she has a spell. So I'm really enjoying that. It's really a fun and interesting way to delve deeply into the cards and so many levels. You get all those correspondences. You can, make the magical creation. You can do the spells. You can make the culinary recipes. It's really fun, and I'm loving that right now. Plants. I'm loving plants because it's July and they're just going wild. So I talked about this in my favorites video for June. I was called to make, or you can see it's kind of dripped here, Angelica flower essence. And this came to me. Angelica grows in my garden. If you're not familiar with Angelica, Archangelica, it's a biennial or triennial. And the first year it's a little teeny tiny plant. And then the second year it's kind of low and bushy and leafy. And then the third year it shoots up these huge stalks that are actually hollow. And, this is a thinner one. The main stalk is like this round and it's hollow. This is the flower after it's turned to seeds and dried. So I'm gonna walk around and sprinkle this all over my yard, well, my gardens. And I have I don't even really need to do that because she just does it for me. But I just wanted to say Angelica came to tell me that working with her will open us up from our root to our crown and from our crown to our root. And she will bring to us a new way of seeing things, a new way of perceiving things. And she went on to say that it is a must. We must start looking at things differently because we're in crisis. Our world globally is in crisis. And so I'm taking this Angelica flower essence to help me with how I'm perceiving things, including my own role in the way the world is functioning, and what I can do to see things differently and do things differently. The other plant is rose. So again, I've shown this before. This is rose petal elixir, and I infuse wild rose, Rosa rugosa, beach rose where I live, petals in with vegetable glycerin. And so this starts out clear. Vegetable glycerin is clear. This color all comes from when you infuse the rose petals, and the glycerin takes out the medicinal properties from the rose. And rose is a heart healer on a physical and metaphysical level. And so that is a plant that really speaks to me and I've been working with for multiple years now, and will continue to. And then the other plant that I'm working with is St. John's. So this is some St. John's wort oil that I'm working on. It's not ready yet. I started it June 24th, so I probably won't decant it until the beginning of August. So those are plant spirits I'm working with. And then these lovely beings, which you can see behind me. Hydrangea. Look at how gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Here on the East Coast, at least in Massachusetts and southeastern Massachusetts, we are having an incredible banner year for, look at the color. Oh my goodness. And the pink. It's just amazing, the hydrangeas. It's in fact, I'm going to make a hydrangea flower essence too. I haven't done that yet, but I really need to before it's too late this year. So last year we had this weather thing happen in March called a polar vortex, and the hydrangeas form their buds around that time of year in March. And the polar vortex came and brought in sub-zero temperatures and froze all the hydrangea buds. They can take cold temperatures, but the sub-zero Fahrenheit was too much for them. So last year on Cape Cod and in Massachusetts, there were like, even the master gardeners' hydrangeas had no blossoms or only a few. And this year it's like the opposite. I mean, I have some hydrangea bushes that aren't the most prolific. This year they're crazy. And my prolific ones are ultra prolific. So I have in my yard and all around my house, I have hydrangeas, and I'm really, really enjoying. So those are the plants that I'm loving right now. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then for tarot deck, okay, Marseille. This deck, I have always wanted to get to know the Marseille system. I have ancestry. My great-grandmother was from Marseille. So I have a connection to that place. And I know that wasn't the only place where Tarot de Marseille decks were printed, but that was a place where they're known from and have the name of. But, oh man, that color palette just didn't do it for me. I tried multiple times, and you know what? It just didn't speak to me. You know, I'd say, oh, I'm going to use this deck, and the next thing I knew, it would be sitting on a shelf. But this is by Charlie Claire Burgess, and I love Charlie's other deck, Fifth Spirit, and their Radical Tarot book. And so I backed this on Kickstarter, and I'm so glad I did, because I don't even need to look at the guidebook. I can just read these cards when I put them down. They just speak to me. But then when I do look at their guidebook, it's like, holy smoke. So these were my 3 cards today. The 5 of discs or pentacles, the 2 of bâtons or wands, and the Ace of Cups. And so I did the reading, and I did my, interpretations. And then I decided I'm going to look in the guidebook. So, if you look at this closely. I did not look at it closely until I pulled out the guidebook. So let me just briefly. So this is, as I said, the 5 of coins. And it says, the 5 is a challenge in the material suit, indicating money trouble, health problems, housing instability, and anything that shakes our physical security. 1 coin shines brightly golden and bright, while the other 4 are smashed and crumbled. The floral elements echoed the theme, thriving in the center and wilted on the margins, as if the center leaves sucked the life from them. This card can reflect literal marginalization, generational poverty, workplace and housing discrimination, disenfranchisement, intersectional oppression. It reveals a hard reality of the capitalist world we live in, where the few thrive on the labor of the many. This is not the one destabilizing the 4, as in the other suits, but the 1% exploiting the 4. So this ties in with the social activist work I'm doing, and the spell work I'm doing, and the personal growth work I'm doing. But when I first looked at this card, I didn't notice the crumbling and breakage in the 4 coins on the outside, or the wilting of the flowers. And so, lesson learned for me to look at these cards really closely when I'm doing a reading, because Charlie has left these very interesting illustrative clues about the deeper meaning of the cards. So anyway, that's the tarot deck. So let me see. Oracle, book. Oh, and the 5th thing I'm loving right now is the season we're in, summer. Even though I'm sitting here outside, you can't probably tell. It's so hot and 90-something% humidity. I'm just sitting here. I'm not even moving. I have sweat dripping down my head and face. I hope it's not showing up on the video. It is flipping hot, man. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to finish this video. I'm going to put my stuff away. I'm going to hop in my car and go for a swim. So that's also something I'm loving, because one thing about this warm weather is the ocean is a lot warmer than normal, and I am loving that as well. So anyway, Marlena, thank you for this great video, this topic. I love it. Even though I wanted it to be quick, it still was over 20 minutes, but oh well. So I guess I will end as I always do. Peace and love, folks.